the more interaction you have with your end buyers, the more success you should have, and that goes from producer level all the way down to merchants like us.
So on the role of a wine buyer especially, right, what is a good pitch to you? If a supplier comes to you and you just think that do not waste my time, just give me this sort of business elements. Yeah. Obviously we are assuming the quality is good here, but apart from that, what kind of information you expect them to tell you in sort of their first pitch or their presentation?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, as I said previously, presentation is key. There has to be good presentation in whatever genre, if it's a bit more modern or a bit more traditional or classical, but it needs to have a feel of quality. Even on the entry level pricing, a poor, cheap quality, poorly designed label costs almost the same amount to print as some kind of clean, well designed premium labels. So it's kind of getting that point right, but
we're assuming that, let's say, the label's amazing.
Yeah.
The bottle, the juice, price, everything is there. So where I was going is what more support do they need to show that, okay, I'll come every Friday and do a tastings, let's say. I'll do a kickback 1 on 10 case. I don't know how it works, but I'm just giving an example.
No, absolutely.
What kind of programs work on
So
it?
beyond the kind of basic level of the consumer and their kind of where we tend to deal with real kind of family producers and slightly smaller businesses generally, where there has to be authenticity in the story of the history of their product. But I think it's about once you've established that there is an interesting story, there is authenticity, and that those producers, whether it's the original parents or the new generation or the winemakers, are prepared to engage with their audience, target market, which is, if it's me as a buyer, a lot of them just kind of pump the stuff out there and just leave it and say maybe to their agent or something. But it is really good to engage with the producers, and you see the ones that are successful if they've got a good product at a good price with good packaging. The ones that are successful are the ones that are out there, pressing the flesh, walking the pavement, seeing their clientele, fine-tuning in their minds also who they're selling to, who their target market is, knowing who their consumer is, and kind of adjusting their message and future decisions to their target market, and that's key. The more interaction you have with your end buyers, the more success you should have, and that goes from producer level all the way down to merchants like us. You can envisage what you think is great, but it's always good to kind of
see the
interact
real
with consumers.
right?
Even as a buyer, I love being on the shop floor. I love speaking to buyers, even if they're very difficult sometimes. I love that kind of interaction because you really it challenges you to see it from their point of view, and just keeps you on your toes. And I think that's very important, as I said, in an industry that can be quite traditional and slow to evolve. So
sure, sounds good.